Mm. What's up, party people? Y'all ready for some Dungeons and or Dragons? Um, I floop the pig. I must have missed something. I must have missed something. So what happens when you step away to just get a drink of water? All of a sudden, you come back and people are flooping pigs on you. Um,
It's an Adventure Time reference.
no, I gotta. I guess I gotta catch up on my Adventure Time.
You got to watch one of those like 45-minute 7-season recaps.
The mega cuts.
Yeah. Or it's just some guy explaining the whole thing.
I could just watch reaction videos to the Adventure Time. So
There you go.
that would be yeah.
If you ever want to understand Kingdom Hearts, there's a great like
I
hour
don't. It's funny you
hour
should
long.
mention that. I absolutely of all the things that I want to understand, having played the original only briefly, that game is not on the list.
But it covers all games, including the mobile ones that do in fact sort of play into the lore.
The lore of Kingdom Hearts,
Uh-huh.
the game where a guy
Yep.
fights with a key.
Yep. Keyblade. Heart, light, darkness, friendship, power, dark night. Yeah, that whole yeah.
Hmm. Intriguing.
I mean, canonically, because of it, Donald Duck is the strongest caster in the entire Final Fantasy universe. You heard me right. Because he can cast the like a ninth tier fire spell, and he does it in like Kingdom Hearts. I think it's like 3 or something. He casts like a ninth tier spell that's supposed to be only like demigods and things like that are supposed to be able to cast, and he just blasts the main villain away. And it's Donald Duck. Canonical. Fully owned property rights by Disney. They had input. They said this is a thing, and he is the strongest caster in Final Fantasy and all adjoining worlds.
I find that very interesting because I think he also retired as with a rank of like corporal from the U.S. Navy.
Yeah. He was. He was. Yeah. He was. He
Uh,
completely was.
and it also sort of seems to me that a character like that with that much power probably stems directly from his own rage.
Oh, entirely.
Um, I I'm. Are you watching the hour-long explanation of Kingdom Hearts right now?
No, I was looking at the Zeta flare, which I just put in the chat so you could see it as well.
Ah,
I, I'm not
that's
lying.
so kind of you
You're welcome.
to have done that. For
I'm so happy to
by
always be there to help.
oh, there we go. That's yes, very gracious. It's a John. It's John, everybody.
John.
I'm gonna get John hooked on a new addiction. He thinks it's a joke, but I'm gonna get him swinging Indian clubs and Persian meals. And he's the
I
weird thing is
almost spit taked my pre-workout.
he's gonna yeah. That wouldn't be the first spit take in the last week.
Those
I mean,
clubs
spitters are
are
quitters.
popular in lifting stuff. It's just not the Indian ones, but there's a company called Kabuki Strength that is big on that.
I've got a couple from On It, and a couple from some no name brand that they're just cast iron or steel, uh, you know, formed clubs. And yeah, if you really want to get jiggy with it, they'll get you swole fast. But that grip strength, baby, that grip strength, yum, 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 yum. Good grip strength. Yeah, exactly. For all of those who have to bear with me, they they will increase your grip strength. Jimbo, you might be down for some of that. You still climbing these days? I might have you.
Yeah, well, twice a week.
I might have you test drive a few of my clubs when I get up there and see how you like them. They make a real good mobile gym. 4 clubs is all I need to get a hell of a workout. Now, if I could just stop consuming so many delicious tacos here in Tucson, I would actually lose some weight while I did it.
Not possible.
I don't think it is, but eventually I will be leaving Tucson, and so the
Remove
quality of the
yourself from the
tacos
temptation.
will diminish in quality the farther I move away from it.
It'll ruin it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem is now I can't go get tacos anywhere without being like, hey guys, if you, excuse me, guys, if you just knew how good the tacos were in Tucson, yeah, because my nose is all the way up in the rarefied air.
I still have to explain to people, and I'm like, why do you buy like these tamales from like these old ladies with like, like cases on the street? And I'm like, they're the best ones. You don't
Why
understand.
would you? That's you.
You
Those
don't
the only.
understand.
Those are the only people you should buy them
I'm
from.
not paying $8 for 2 of them. I'm gonna pay $5 for 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be homemade, and they're gonna be amazing.
Yeah, they are. Give me that good masa, baby.
Give me the tamale.
Yeah, there is there's a oh boy, I hope it's still there in Seattle. There's the little place up on the hill that used to be a taco truck and is now a restaurant up on between 10th and Broadway, between Pike and
They turned
Pine.
a taco truck into a restaurant?
Yeah, that was the weird part is that the truck was so successful.
Do you know what it was called?
I in off the top of my head, no. For some reason, it is escaping me. It's right across from Cal Anderson Park in the old KFC. It very much still looks like a KFC inside because they did nothing except debadge it and then open a Mexican restaurant in it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's there. A lot has changed.
Yeah, that's I hate that for Seattle that so much has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of why I left.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. A damn shame indeed. Rancho Bravo. They do still look to be active. Oh, they finally put a sign up. Holy shit. Yeah, seriously, if anybody's ever in Seattle, go to Cal Anderson. Well, go to Rancho Bravo, and then get some pozole and a couple of tamales, and then go into Cal Anderson Park and eat them, and then take a nap with all the homeless people. That's what I did the first day I got to Seattle.
But don't forget to be obscenely high.
Isn't that also in Wallingford?
I don't know, but if they have grown to another location, I'm very proud of them, and I hope that their quality of food is just as high because it was good. It was good. Their tamales were arguably second to none. Yeah. So, God, I'm so hungry right now. I had breakfast and I'm still just like, need those tamales. Anyway, this is not a food vlog. This is where we play Dungeons and Dragons. So, welcome back to another DMing Hadley game. I'm DMing Hadley. This is my coterie of co-conspirators. And I think I did enough bloviating that I don't need to do much more. One more thing to cover before we do the round robin. I know everybody's out there like, can you please get to the round robin? It's the best part of the show. I can miss the whole episode if I could just listen and see the round robin. That's all I need in my life on any given day. I know that's how you were feeling, but I am compelled now that I've started to let you know that this is season 2, episode 9. And I have titled this, We're Off to See the...
The wizard. have to see the wizard, the magical wizard of.
Yeah. Because y'all are in a weird demi. Why you? Oh. No.
Sorry, I was looking for my cat, and then I pulled on my own hair, and I'm good.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to kink shame anybody, really. But when we start with hair pulling, it's it just it's
We
all.
started with looking for my cat to to correct you there.
Mm-hmm. 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 You need one of those
I'll just hide now. It's fine.
automatic pussy finders. So yeah, but who wants to play Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah. 3 out of 4 out of 5. Okay. John's like, I got enough Dungeons and Dragons last night. He said, I'm all stocked up, thanks. Yeah.
Well, I'm not, and I want to kill a whole town.
Well, I have great news for you. There is a whole town to kill. It is right. It is right there. As y'all skip down this gravel road, that it looks pristinely maintained.
Can we? It might be a good idea to take a rest after all of that. Asuna says.
No, we're fine.
We'll get to
That
that.
was a little overwhelming.
We'll get to that after the round robin. That's right, everybody. It's time for the round robin, and during the round robin, we like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing we're going to do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing is offer a vivid, aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes. Because, you see, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week, often multiple times per day, and today is no different. I just realized that that's wrong. I now vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 7 days a week because I picked up a game on Mondays, which means that I play Dungeons and Dragons every day of the week. God damn it! So, without further ado, John, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
I'm John, he, him. Today I'll be playing Adeldrilda Common Heart. Drank too much this weekend. Woo! She is about 5 feet tall, platinum blonde hair, blue eyes. She wears all black. She has a very long black sword that appears to be dripping black blood, but it never leaves the blade. It's just kind of like liquidy looking. She is either fighting up close and personal in the front in her chitinous black armor, or she's in the back summoning little friends to do terrible, terrible, terrible little things. Yeah, that's Adele.
Magnificent. Jimbo.
I'm Jimbo, also he, him pronouns. Today I play Zero, an avatar of death. Zero stands exactly 5 feet tall. As mandated, Zero wears all black, a cloak, and pair of black knickerbockers held up by suspenders. They dislike wearing shoes of any kind or any other clothes. It is of importance to note the amulet of the Mistress of Darkness, the Raven Queen, that is embedded into their chest, and the skull that they wear as a mask, which looks like that of a shrunken Tarrasque. Black curls sneak out here and there from under their hood and mask, and Zero's eyes are the darkness of an empty eternity.
So good. So good. I am compelled to remind everyone that Zero does not wear a shirt, and so that would it be more of a sigil than an amulet since it's not on a necklace?
Sure. Maybe it
I'm,
used to be on a necklace.
and it's embedded itself over time. God, that's hot. Some Dungeons and Dragons ass shit right there. Fuck. I love it. Sweet. Thanks, Jimbo.
You worry me.
Me? Yeah. Yeah, it's the distinct. It's not a lack of filter necessarily. It's just that all the things you thought would be filtered come through, and then you're left questioning what was filtered. Hmm. Chew on that. Yeah. Um. But yeah, it's a little gummy, right? It's got like a real dense tooth to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a fruit leather that sat too long. Yeah.
Or like when you get ice cream and the gummy bear is on it too long, and the gummy bear
Oh,
starts to get a bit too hard, and you're like, "Fuck!"
bingo, baby. That and it was an old gummy bear to begin with, so it had already sort of dried out because people know better than to put gummy bears on their frozen yogurt.
Started growing its own hair from mold. It became a
Right.
different kind of
See,
bear.
and that, yeah, exactly. It's got a little bit of like rancid, and then the sweetness comes behind, and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. And then the rancidness sort of like as the sweetness dissolves, you're still left with that. Also, it's still there to chew on, which is the weird part.
I've never been the kind to try to that extent. The most I've done is a stone like crunchy, nothing more, but no moss mold or anything.
Yeah, let's.
That's fucking disgusting. Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't. I do it to other people. Haven, why don't you take it away?
Oh, hi. I started that and I apologize. My name's Haven. I take any of the pronouns because I'm a greedy goblin. And my character's name is Asuna. She is a little fox girl. She's about like 5'2", 5 foot, something around there. It's kind of hard to tell.
5'2" with the ears.
Right, I was gonna say there's them big ass ears and then like the puff of hair, so you can't really tell. Not wearing very unassuming clothing, very overall kind of disheveled, but looks like she tries to keep herself together. Not super great at it, and social skills lacking, greatly lacking.
I mean, that's what happens when you sort of like live in a haunted wood for an extended period of time, and every person that you encounter is either deeply affected by some sort of control spell or
is some kind of weird not real child monster.
Yeah.
She's not a fan of kids anyway, but then there's these things.
Sure.
The trauma got to her real deep.
It's real. Thanks, Haven. Speaking of traumatizing, Xander.
Hello, Xander, he, him pronouns. I'll be playing Narracine Clover. Tiny whore galore with a penchant for gore, covered head to toe.
Take inspiration right now,
a small
sir.
holy woman with tons of poise. She hates her dad and is just low-key very sad. Narracine Clover.
Dude, though, I mean it. Please take inspiration. Please
Thank you.
Please do that. Oh my god, it's so good and fantastic. I love it. Sweet.
I'm working on trying to do like a different rhyme description every week now.
I'm proud of you. As your father, I'm very proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome, son. Crowman.
Hi.
Hi.
It's my turn. Well, I go by Crowman, I go by Robert, I go by him, and I'm playing Northern Manic today, the sorcerer, sailor, and monk of the Draconic variety. Well, anyways, Northern Manic, who's Northern Manic? Well, he was born on an island and abandoned by his mother. but not by his father, who he accompanied along his growing years in different ships as they traveled together the seas. Well, eventually they had to split ways so that, well, Noller could find his own way in the world, and he became part of other ships and, well, traveled the world, eventually falling into the sea in an incident with sea monsters and, well, a bronze dragon, which one will unlock his magical potential. After discovering this magical aptitude, he made an effort to control it and try to learn. But the best he could do, or hope for, was to find a monastic temple that taught him some discipline, and how to control his magic and multiple ways of how to channel it. Now, as an adult, he travels the seas and the world to meditate on the freedom of the seas and to witness more of the world. Well, that sense of adventure led him to the Mercenary Guild, where he found a rival's adventure and experienced, well, you could say, the death of his monastic family, you could say, at the hands of a captain that also later on cut on his arm. Eventually facing him once again and taking over the ship of the captain, and now going into the mists to try and use the ship and whatever he could do to bring some of the people back to the Mercenary Guild. Now he is trapped in a quest to, well, kill Strahd. And it's still ongoing, so let's see how it goes. As to far as how he looks, well, a young man of 5'11" with some black hair, some as stubble, you could say, and well, a blue headscarf, black shirt and black pants, black leather boots, some bracers, and, well, a blue half coat made of leather and completely painted blue, or dyed blue, you will say.
Sounds good. It's real. Sweet. All right, there we go. You, and that just leaves me. DMing Hadley, he, him pronouns here for 60% or so of your DMing needs. I'll also be playing Jawan. Jawan is a portly gentleman with deeply tanned skin, sort of medium length, silvery white hair. He's got still just a little bit of pepper in there. He's got a bit of a beard that's grown in over the last several weeks of adventuring, and he's the goodest boy he can be, even if he is a little out of his depth, hanging out
He's
with
a bitch.
this crowd. Yep. He is kind of a bitch, though. I'd 68. Yeah, see, just a little closer, and I'll be at 69. Cool. As all of you skip arm in arm down to this town.
Does it take us a short rest to skip there?
Yes. Actually, it does.
Josh, spell slots back.
Yeah. Is anybody trained in survival? Proficient in it?
Not here.
No. Okay. How about anyone who's particularly insightful?
That I can do.
Yeah.
Got a passive 18.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So everybody got insight.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how to short rest.
That's you know what? No, this is good. This is a real thing, and it is not the easiest on D&D Beyond.
And I'm on my phone, so everything's
yeah,
so
it's
small.
Not even. Hey, don't be a size queen, all right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So.
I can do that and go. I can skip pages. Well, I learned something else.
Did you?
That's nice. I did.
Learning's important.
No, oh my god, no, really? How do I rest though? Manage?
I'm gonna.
Short rest.
Hold on,
I found it.
Yep, I was
Okay.
gonna pull up my phone. I was like, I
You
know there's a
will
way.
want to click the number of hit dice that you need to use in case you are less than full. And everyone should reset any temporary hit points that they have while they do it. Yeah, so you'll click on the number of hit dice. You'll roll the hit dice as well.
I took 3 whole points of damage, guys. I'm bleeding.
I took 3 points of damage accidentally stabbing myself in the thumb with a screwdriver the other day. That was about the same level of damage that Narasine took.
Damn children.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to get spell slots back during a short rest?
That depends on what kind of spellcaster you are and if you have arcane recovery.
Oh. So incorrect. I do not.
You should check on that. Let's see here. Do you have
You're a sorcerer,
arcane?
you get back sorcery spell or fucking sorcery points. Warlocks get back spell slots, and then wizards. If you are playing wizard, you can use short rest for arcane.
Where are my sorcerer's points?
What level sorcerer are you?
13.
Okay, yeah, then you should.
They will be on their class features or limited use in actions.
Features, and traits. Your font of magic.
Also, you can just do the actions tab and just scroll all the fucking way down.
Oh, I have 12. Hooray!
Yes, one per level, I believe.
And you used one of them.
I did?
You get them back when you take a long rest.
Oh, you get a long rest. Oh, I thought sorcery points were short rest.
Nope.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Great. Sweet. Everybody get their thing. Yeah, cool. Okay.
I feel like I could cast black armor on myself 2 more times. All of a sudden.
Wow, look at this guy.
Don't make me counterspell anything.
Cool.
I say, looking up at the sky.
Cool.
Don't write that down.
Everyone short rested. Cool. Great. That's very exciting. Great. Sweet. As you aforementioned skip down this beautiful sandy gravel road, you look down into this town. It is a pretty nice looking place. It's got sort of a northern Dutch aesthetic. The homes are all, I mean, if they were made with gingerbread, you wouldn't be entirely surprised for how adorable they are. As you approach the town, there is a thin iron fence around it. It's got little pokey bits on the top. You could probably hoist someone over it easily. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't throw a leg over, especially since most of you are short. But there's a beautiful archway, and over that archway, you see a sign that says, "Welcome to Stenwell."
No guards or anything? It's just...
No, it's got a even shorter iron gate. There's no sharp parts on top of it. It looks like there's just a little thumb latch to open that gate.
I open the
He's
gate.
this way, guys. And
Uh,
I go and open the gate.
Yeah, it's the two of you reach forward and grab the gate and open it. You begin to hear ethereal music play from somewhat all around you. As you try and orient yourself to it, you just hear this sort of lilting sound of wind chimes and like crystals being bowed.
Have I heard this before since I've been here a while?
Roll me a history check.
I know how to find this. I could do this.
I got you. You got it. Skills.
Oh, that's a 9.
I I mean, like, maybe not. I'll say this, not to this extent. It seems to have an almost triumphant sound to it, bordering on a herald of trumpets.
Well, that's a little different.
And as you look down the path, there's a big grassy sort of space between this fence and the first row of buildings that you see. Many of them are 1, 2. The largest one that you see nearby is about 3 stories tall, with a little bell tower in it. The far side of the city, though, you can see this hill rising up in a manner that now that you're down here, you realize just how much larger it is than any single structure in this city. And it seems to loom over the town. Most of the buildings here are white with sort of like dark brown paint to the beautifully designed embellishments on these structures. Lovely dark sort of crisscrossing wood framing out these buildings. And as you look down this street, it actually widens as you get into town. And looking down it, you can see that there is a plaza about 200 yards away with a big burbling fountain. And you see mourning doves flittering around. The first of such creatures you've seen around here. You have not seen any other birds. Yes, Xander.
If we're just passing by any residences, I will just leave a flyer.
Okay.
For my god, Abdi.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
As you begin to distribute pamphlets, what's your passive perception?
23.
Sweet. You start, rolling up and rubber banding these pamphlets to the little door knockers. And as you get to the third house, you go to cross the street and look back, and all of them are gone. You're not sure if somebody reached out and snapped them up, or if they just dissipated. But sure enough, as you look back and you're like, I'm doing my Lord's work, you look back over your shoulder and they do not seem to be where you left them.
Guys, there's something a little funky about this town. All my flyers keep disappearing and I'm putting them down.
I kind of pause and look over. You really think that things aren't going to be a little fucky after what happened up at the school?
I don't know. Do you think the whole town is the same way?
Perhaps yes, perhaps no. Let's keep moving and let's go to that manor.
But
The wow, that word escaped me. What was it? The less time we spend here, the better.
make haste.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keep following me. After what happened earlier, I don't really trust anybody anymore.
As you get a little bit deeper into the town, you see a man come around a corner. He's got I was going to say a push cart, but technically he's pulling it. He's got on a crumpled black hat, or sorry, brown hat, and sort of a rumpled suit, and he's pulling this wooden cart behind him, and with a little A-frame roof over the top. And he's got a pretty significant beard and really significant eyebrows. And he looks over and smiles at all of you. And
Hello.
hello. Oh,
How
welcome.
how are you? This place is very empty.
Oh, well, I think it might be time for naps. And he looks to his wrist. There's no watch on it. And not but like 10 to 15 seconds later, as he's wheeling his cart closer to you, you start to see people exiting their like homes and places of work, and it starts to be a little more active. You see a gaggle of women. They step out of a house, and they got little bonnets and nicely made dresses and petticoats.
Do any
Uh,
of them like clip through a door?
they don't. They do seem to be corporeal, and one of them's carrying a little parasol, and you're gonna hand them pamphlets. Okay, sweet. There's three of them. What do you say as you approach them?
Hello, ladies.
They
Blessings
say
be
at
upon
the
you.
same time, hello, and they all look very pleasantly towards you.
Ah, well, I do say it's such a wonderful day for worship. Blessed be.
They all sort of like bow their heads at the same time. And one of them looks at you and says, that's a beautiful dress you have. Where did you have it made?
I look down and think about how I threatened and just beat the shit out of like a random nun in a random town and took like her most prized dress. Uh, it's a custom fit. I had the local do it.
Oh, it's around here. I'd love to have something like it.
Ah, unfortunately, I'm new to town and I would hand love to give
Jerson,
you. Huh?
stop handing those flyers.
Seems I must go, ladies, but I
Oh,
will be there in the prayer circle. We'll see you then.
did you wait? Who?
Oh,
What?
yes.
Your tailor?
Oh, what's that? James Versace.
Um. Oh. Um. I don't think I know him.
It's a little known man, but he should be more well known.
Well, I know that I know that my dress is a little simple. It is not. It is obviously of exceptional make. Uh, but perhaps you'd be willing to visit my tailor and talk shop. Her name's Femka.
Femka. Oh, but that sounds lovely. Where would I find Femka?
Oh, she's at the tailor shop, and you hear And as you look down the street to the right, just before you get to the plaza where the fountain is, you can see a sign hanging with a needle and thread on an obvious sort of reliefed piece of wood and very detailed painting. You can see even from nearly 100 yards away the gilding on the thread. And how there's just the thinnest black line showing its spooled nature.
And the way things are kind of spotting, do I get the sense that it's just everything's just a little bit off or anything like that?
Uh, more far to the contrary, everything's on.
Everything's on.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'll give Femka a little ring later, but it seems I'm needed back with my friends.
Oh yes. Thank you for the. And they all look down at their hands, and as you look down, all of those pamphlets are gone. And then they just sort of trail off, and then they start their gaggling again and continue down the road as if they had not just encountered you.
These are hand-printed printers. I have to do this by hand.
You
take them.
You see now this scene again is much more lively. You see people saying hello and greeting one another as you look down the street. You see a man. He pulls out a folding table, one of many that seem to be coming out. And puts out folding chairs. You see another. You see a woman.
I'm totally imagining that scene from Belle. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It sort of shifted hard into that feeling very quickly, as if someone just sort of like clapped a storyboard or whatever the hell it's called, and they. I mean, you can. No one's going to stop you.
I don't want to waste a slot. I'll head back to the others.
Yeah. You see merchants start wheeling carts out. You see people opening up the doors to their shops and propping them open. You see kids start to run around. Very young kids who are like 2, 3, 4 years old, running around playing near the fountain. One of them hops up and starts walking around on the edge of it.
Oh my god, that 2-year-old did a backflip.
I mean, not entirely, but
should we get going?
Oh yeah, sure.
We probably should.
Well, you just got here, and as you look over, this guy with the push cart is like right on top of you now, and he says, "Roasted peanuts, pecans, candied pecans."
Oh, I do love.
No, thank you.
In my mouth.
Dried fruit. Roasted pistachios.
Take a banana.
I just keep on walking.
Cashews.
I just keep walking.
How about a sample? And he grabs a little paper cone and starts doling out from little tins that are still. Man, when he opens up these little tin containers, it's obvious that something in the cart is keeping them warm. And the aroma is borderline intoxicating.
And with my true sight, I'm not seeing any illusion on this or anything like that, right?
No. If you cast Detect Magic, there's nothing that seems to be weird at all.
I will take the nuts.
Okay, great.
And I'll catch up with the others.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you going to eat them?
I'll save them for now.
Okay. You could just roll down the top of the little paper cone.
Yeah, I just kind of.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, I was like, I'll be smart this time. and I'm not gonna eat them. Little did I know. Well, it's a 14, and it almost rolled over onto a natural one. So I'm
That's not
I'm
bad.
okay with that.
That's not bad. You
I'm
feel your
okay with
tummy just a little bit. When's the last time Narasine ate anything?
Oh my god. I guess it would have been maybe snacking on something when we were on the ship, because that was just like the rest after a long time. We'd just gotten out of that dungeon, so probably on the ship, and that was
More than
how long
6 to
ago were
8
we?
hours ago.
Yeah, so we're getting hungies.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They're calling to you. These nuts. Um, yeah, as y'all make your way deeper into town, you see that there's all these vendors. They've rolled out their carts and wares. There's fresh fruits and vegetables. There's artisan crafts. There's a beautiful selection of ceramics. You see a gentleman, and he opens up his storefront, which sort of has folding doors. As he sort of folds them out of the way, you can see there's a beautiful display of really intricate clocks inside. And as he does, you see two little doors open up over the door to the shop, and a little Tweety bird comes out and tweets a couple times, and he turns around and waves at you and says, "Oh, visitors! Pleasure to see you all here. We don't get many visitors these days."
Sorry, sir. We're in a hurry, sir.
Oh, why are you rushing? There's no reason to rush through here.
Sadly, we have other issues to attend to.
We have to kill bad guys.
Oh, killing.
Zero.
Well, this doesn't seem like the kind of place where you'd have to kill anyone. It's
Oh no,
one of
it's
the
very nice here.
nice. Yeah, it's a very nice town. I don't understand why anyone would have any ill will at all. And then he gazes at you.
Reassuring, really reassuring.
I'm looking at the clocks. Are they all like at one time? Are they all in different times?
They
or
are all
they on
at
and
different.
all?
They are all at different times, and none of them are running.
Okay. Am I seeing any patterns in in the numbers or anything like that?
I mean, at first glance, no.
I
You
go over and I'm gonna.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I
as
guess
you look
blast.
inside, you can see that this guy doesn't just make clocks. Peering past the glass, you can see that he has a real, just like tremendous selection of gear-driven toys and art. And he's got, it looks that he works a lot in glass and brass. Glass, gas, or brass. Nobody rides for free.
um, hmm.
It says that above the door.
Yeah,
as,
exactly.
like,
Yep.
on the way in.
I'm looking at the others and I'm like, come on, we have so much money.
Yeah,
We
you guys
never
do
spend
have
it.
a
We have so much
lot
money.
of money. Yeah, awesome.
What money? What's money?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
So, what?
This gentleman sort of breaks his steely gaze. Oh, it's little coins and trinkets that you can exchange for goods and services. It sort of levels the playing field when it comes to bartering. This man
But
is
if
wizened.
you don't
by the
have any
way.
coins, that seems pretty unlevel to me.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. Generally, people exchange their own goods and services for said money, and then have it to spend on other things and people.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time breathing properly.
What are Zero and Adele doing as you're surveying this town?
Getting back together,
Go ahead.
trying to understand this craziness. Well, I thought it made sense that the two undead are kind of like, what the hell is going on? Do I sense if these people are on, or do I sense if these people are undead?
They are not undead. These people seem to be alive. They just seem to have a disposition that is unlike anything you may have ever seen, and certainly in stark contrast to the disposition of anyone you've met since you got to the mist. Yes.
I just realized that you haven't explained that Svet's not here.
I sure as shit haven't. Because none of you have noticed yet.
So I guess Asuna then turns around and goes, wait a second, where's Svetlana?
Do we
Who's
remember
Svetlana? That is a great question. The answer is yes. You do
Okay.
remember Svetlana. She has not been extracted from your memories yet.
Is she around us?
No, as you look around, you do not see her. As you look back down the boulevard towards the gate, you can see the path winding up the hill. You can't see the school, but you can see where it was sort of in relation. You guys walked, like I said, for a little more than an hour down here. But as far as the eye can see, you cannot spot her.
Ah, shit, not again.
Again, I look down. It worked last time.
Again?
Look,
Yeah, Straw, the bastard, it took her once before.
Oh wait, no,
From
say his name. Maybe we'll hear the blah.
Oh, yeah, Strahd?
Strahd. Strahd is a bitch?
Yeah. You don't hear Svetlana. But who's got that sweet passive perception?
Et moi.
I probably do.
I mean, 17.
23.
Sitting at 20.
Yeah. You see this guy's
20.
eyes sort of flash black as he's smiling at you. He doesn't blink. It doesn't happen with like a boop boop. But he's just still staring, and then it's just like black, and then it goes
Great.
back to his like faded blue eyes.
I look at him
Great.
again. I say Strahd.
No, no. Let's stop. Let's just get out of here.
Who?
Wait, this happened at the school,
No,
right?
We
like
sh-
this?
we should go, guys.
Yes.
Guys, start theorizing while we move, please.
Okay, we'll start moving, and I just keep going. Strahd.
You shut up.
Still doing it.
Do it quietly. Do it quietly.
Strahd.
Yeah, as you make your way to the fountain now, this big plaza, you see that this town is bustling. You see people putting out laundry on lines between houses. You see folks strolling through town. You see individuals, they're beginning to now be seated for a late lunch. And you see that sort of in line with this manor, there's a pretty large temple, some sort of church like structure. And the main road continues past it on the right. And as you guys are just continuing down the road, yeah?
I do look
To the mansion, right? Or the manor, the big
Yeah.
place?
I
Yeah.
don't know where he's taking me. I'm supposed to be leading you somewhere, but I don't technically know where it is.
I do want to peek my head in that church, so I will break away just really quickly.
Okay.
Run my little.
2 shakes.
I feel like we need to adopt a border collie to keep Xander in line.
Because I need to know.
Yeah, as you look inside, you see a lovely looking church. You see a bunch of pews. This is a actually pretty large chapel here. There's a big set of pews down the middle, and 2 smaller rows, one on either side. As you look down, you can see pillars that support this structure, and on the far side, you see an altar. There's a handful of individuals who seem to be sort of independently praying. And as you look all the way down, you see a statue in bronze, and it is a man ? The statue is about 9 feet, 10 feet tall. And it is a man. He's got his hand sort of across his chest, and another one raised, and looks like he's got a very like intricately formed suit, and then he's got like almost deer skull, except the horns are anachronistic. They're big and thick, and sort of curl upward in a way that that deer antlers do not.
Can I just roll a quick history check before I dip out of here or a quick religion check before I dip back to the party?
Sure, sounds great.
So I'm just like, that doesn't. Wait a minute. 29.
This is no god you've ever heard of. And you know it without a shadow of a doubt. Whoever these people are worshiping, it is not somebody that is deific outside of this bubble, and you feel pretty certain.
I'll take that info back to the party instead of starting a fight in the church.
Okay. There are also like tiers of candles. There's you can also see beautiful stained glass shining in, adding rich colors to that scene, and then just candles and candles and candles.
Actually, just before I, just a little, just a little touchy
Mm-hmm.
of let me see. Can I just use prestidigitation just to snuff out some of those candles?
Sure.
Great. I just do that really quick. Action, bonus action. I get out of there. Just
Okay.
fuck these bitches.
You got a real high passive perception, right?
Yep, 23.
They do not stay unlit.
I squint as I am, like my head moves back out of the doorway, just keeping eye contact with the candles and I.
You see when you blow out a candle and then you like light the smoke, and fire just sort of like crawls down it until it ignites again on the wick. It looks like that.
When I get back to the party, I relay everything I saw.
Okay.
Oh, I would expect that the bad guy would live there, but maybe it's in the church.
Do I know who that is?
Yeah.
So then I explain it, but in Hadley's voice.
Yeah. You're like, that's the guy that's not like everybody else. That's the mean. That's the mean.
Hallis Lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who we're headed to.
They're worshiping him. Wonderful. This okay. Everybody get your weapons ready.
Oh, so we're not just killing a bad guy today. We're gonna kill a god.
More like I wanna be god, but other than that, don't worry.
Just another Tuesday.
I don't know about this talk
Is
of
it Tuesday?
killing everybody.
It is what they think of first. I don't know why. But anyways, let's just go, please.
As y'all are walking now past this structure, the words from Narasine still hanging in the air, "Get your weapons ready." You begin to hear, as if on cue, the hammering of steel upon an anvil. This resonant cadence.
I look.
As y'all continue down the block, you look off to the right, and you see a covered wall-less structure. And deep inside of it, it's about 40 feet deep and about 30 feet wide. You see a man. He is silhouetted by orangey red light, and he is banging on something. As you look to the other items in this space, you can see all sorts of implements. Most of them look like farming equipment. But deeper inside, you can see a significant number of weapons, most of which look to be very intricately designed, almost like sculptures and pieces of art. Although they do look robust enough to be used in combat.
I softly hum "Making Pancakes" to myself as we're walking by. I'm just like, and I do it in time with his rings, with the ringing of his anvil.
Nice.
But I've done too many little side quests, and I don't want to make Nola any angrier, so I'll stick with it.
As y'all pass this smithy, he turns around and he waves, but he doesn't do it with an open hand. He's got an axe. Looks to be a still glowing red hot bearded hand axe. A pretty gnarly looking weapon. And he just sort of waves it over his head. It all even smiles.
Wait, is he like holding on to the red hot part?
No, he's holding on to the handle of it. It looks like he's hammering the blade.
You're not going to wave, Zero?
I waved at the very beginning, but it's weird to re-wave after you wave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you wave the first time.
Yeah, I waved.
Okay, good.
Okay.
as you continue past, you begin to hear music play. A harp, a lyre,
A cheater.
viol, and um, softly sort of muted drum, sort of beating. And as you continue towards this manor, you sort of come out from the structures in this town. You've essentially walked straight through town. And as you look out ahead, you can see there's a band up in a bandstand, and there's people seated having picnics. You hear popping of corks from bottles. You see very young children running around, having a delightful time. A couple of parents who aren't having quite as much fun, but still seem rather gleeful about the situation. And as your party sort of approaches this, you hear almost in lockstep a number of individuals coming from behind you, carrying picnic baskets and wearing big hats and carrying parasols. You see a young child uh, uh, approach Zero and tug at your cloak. And he's about 4 years old, it looks like. And he's got dark black hair and brown eyes, and his hair is very nicely coiffed. And he's wearing a nice little dress shirt and suspenders and nice slacks. His brown leather shoes look like he's given them a good once over by running around. And he looks up and says, "Oh, hey, are you related to Halizas?"
No, no, but that's where we're going.
Oh, you're gonna see him? That's amazing. We're gonna see him too. He's supposed to come out for our jubilation.
Oh, maybe that's where we should go then if we're gonna see him.
Okay,
Do do I know what the jubilation is?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you've not had the pleasure of experiencing the jubilation.
Hmm.
He says, "Oh, it's right here." And he gestures towards the bandstand. And as all of you look over, you can see that that bandstand is sort of located directly in front of the winding set of stairs that climb this hill up to this manor. And it is bigger than any other building in this space, and it now really I mean, like, you can see it's 4 stories tall. It's got multiple wings and sections to it. It's got a real tall, almost like turret towards the back, where it rises up to that 4th story. And he says, "You could join us if you want." As he looks up at Zero expectantly.
Mm, the, would you, when is he gonna come?
He usually shows up after the music, and just before the offerings.
Okay, so if we just stop the music, he'll come? That sounds
No,
pretty fast. We
it'd
could get
be
that done pretty fast.
it's after the music, not instead of the music, I think. And he looks down, and then he looks up at his mom, and his mom smiles blankly.
Well, yeah, we hear the music now, and so if we stop the music, he comes, right?
That's not how it works. That's not how events work, Zero.
Well, that's how it was explained.
I think you just
No.
have to wait for him.
Maybe we should just go to his place.
It's right.
Yeah,
it's
let's
right.
just go.
It's right. He turned. It's right there. It's right there.
We should probably go to that place then if we want to make him as soon as possible then.
Make
Thanks
a mess
for
of it? Okay.
what?
Did you say that we should go to his place to make a mess of him?
No.
Oh,
Anyways, thanks for the directions.
Sure. Happy Jubilation Day.
I give the kid a pamphlet and a gold piece.
Okay.
Stop it, Sid.
Oh, thank you for these. And he looks at them curiously.
They'll help you out later, and
No, they won't. No, they won't. Don't believe this.
It has a verse from whatever chants had to be used and said over and over to like kind of offer yourself to Vecna is the prayer.
No.
Sure.
No.
None of you know that. None of you know that.
Anyway, I know who you serve, and I know that I will just take the pamphlet and wait. Don't listen to her. This is it's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank for her. Don't listen to her.
It's not a prank. He's just mean.
I just say under my breath, they disappear anywhere.
Yeah, as y'all begin to sort of make your way into this park, I mean, if you guys have ever been to like an outdoor amphitheater where people are on the lawn and picnicking and having a good time and hula hooping and just really living it up, you see this band. They seem to be having a very one might say jubilant time as well.
We don't have to make like a check or anything, do we?
I mean, unless you guys want to roll a performance check to dance. You guys want to?
I
as
will.
long as I'm not
do that.
compelled to.
You want to bust? You want to bust a move?
I do.
Okay.
Can I also try to blow out some of the candles here?
No candles here.
Okay.
Just a beautiful afternoon in the park with some fantastic families. As you guys make your way in, you sort of like look around. You see the bandstand and the fence behind it with two much larger, much more imposing gates that say Halas Manor on them, similarly gilded. And as you look around, I think, Nelson, you probably were the first one to notice that there is a semicircle of people, shoulder to shoulder, and several bodies deep, which have formed an arc from fence to road back to fence around this space.
Bodies or like just people standing there?
They're people standing there. They're all looking. Some of them are sort of bopping along with the music a little bit.
True Sight gives me just normal people.
They're just people. They're just people standing right there.
Oh, I'm just gonna walk right fucking through them.
Why are we going through them? I thought we were going to the.
You're going.
To the
Yeah,
house.
you are technically going the other way.
They're guarding something. Give me 1 second.
No.
I'm like stopping.
Okay.
I stop like right in front of them. I'm like, but it's suspicious.
Exactly. Why maybe we shouldn't bother with it?
Perhaps. I don't know. It's up to you guys. It'd be very interesting if you did bother with it.
I will meet you there. I'll be in and out. It'll be a quick. It'll be 7 minutes. I will meet you at the house.
You get 4.
Deal. Get the fuck out of my.
As
Everyone else is ready for the chaos.
That's a great question. Is everyone ready for the chaos?
Okay.
I don't know what chaos you're talking about. I just want to go take a little look-see pupsy. I just want to take a little peeky beaky. I just want to see what's happening behind the curtain. That's all. Don't stand in a circle around something if you don't want me to try and bust your face in to see what's in the middle of it.
As you are making your way back to the edge of this crowd, you are impeded. People are standing hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, and as if you were not walking up to them, they seem to be sort of packed in, with individuals standing behind them, sort of like, if anybody's ever stood in a chorus, find your window, and are looking, all of them fixated on this stage.
Can I action and bonus action cantrip mastery cast friends on one person and one person behind them and roll persuasion just to be like, excuse me, can I get excuse me?
Yeah, as you do that, they do not respond to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Cool. What do I see behind them?
More people.
Behind them.
More people.
Within 30 feet.
Yeah, you see, it looks like a dense crowd of individuals. If you've ever been to like a ridiculously huge stadium and people are just like pouring in, this went from being like a couple hundred people on a big lawn to like nearly everyone in town is now packing in towards this space. And then you hear from the stage the viol squeak, and nobody seems to respond. And then you see them collapse onto the stage. And as y'all hear that viol crack under the weight of this person, you see a pretty tall, grayish, green-skinned individual. They're sort of human-shaped, and they don't seem to have lips or cheeks to hide their dripping maw, and it's holding a club, which, as it moves, has a sort of tracer effect in purpley green behind it.
I look back at Nola. I'm like, I did nothing. It's all the way over there. I'm over here. That was not me.
The rest of the music continues, and then this thing turns with that club and swings it, and you see the individual playing the lyre buffeted just like up into the air.
All right.
And hits the fence, and you hear a just disturbing crunching sound.
My cultists.
And then you hear one last strum before they hit the ground, and it shatters. No one responds.
I'm just gonna look at Nola and say, I'm pointing my finger at it, and I'm looking at Nola, and I'm just like, yeah. Can I do it?
Just let's let's just find the man.
And then you see it
This
I
might
shoot
be
the monster.
part of their ritual. You might not want to ruin it.
and then you see it swing again, and just completely remove the head from the guy playing the drums.
I shoot that fucking monster.
It just turns into a pink puff in the air. People are still jamming. They are still having a real lovely time. Kids are still running around playing. It looks like a real jam, like a real great time. Did you roll to hit?
Oh. You said it before I could eat. Like, okay. I just 19?
19 will hit.
Oh. Wonderful. 14 damage off that one Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You see it swing around really quickly, and then just smash into the next guy, and knock him off the stage.
I shoot the other two blasts.
Okay.
It's fucking. I'm looking at him like, come on, look at this guy. I am not the bad guy this time. 22 and a 27 to hit for 7 and 10.
Okay. What was the total damage for those two?
17.
17 total. Okay. It doesn't seem to like that.
I load up the bonus action cantrip mastery, and I say,
it swings its club, and shatters one of the supports for the bandstand. And you see the roof start to tilt, and as he steps down off of it with a single step, he trundles forward, crushes a small child as he starts moving towards you. No one responds. Everyone is still sort of like swaying and bouncing as if the music never stopped.
I just have my hand on my hip and I'm looking at Nola. I'm like, don't stop the monster. Don't stop the monster.
And then crunch. Mom's gone too.
I shoot the monster more.
Okay. All right. Shoot the monster more.
I shoot down 3 Eldritch Blasts at it. Bonus action. 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
18 to hit.
That's going to hit too.
And a 17 to hit.
That is going to hit as well. And continues marching towards you, and steps on another person.
I would like
26
I would
damage.
like to use Divine Sense to see if this is undead, celestial, or fiend.
It's
not celestial.
Not technically any of those.
Oh no, John.
Okay.
We'll miss you. And Arcana check or Nature check, I guess, might do it. Or Arcana or Nature, I think.
That's got to be someone, not me. I'm so bad at both of those.
I got a dirty 20.
Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana.
It is an aberrant creature.
Hmm.
And then you see it step forward and crush another person. And it's going to take 2 more steps. I'm
just going to... Oop.
Narasine, it goes to swing this club at you. And as it does, you see it trip, I guess more slip in the ichor of a small child. And
that it just squashed.
And and begins to tumble towards you. And its eyes, it doesn't have a whole lot of expression because it doesn't have like much of a nose or mouth or cheeks. But its eyes look shocked.
I'm just down there smiling, and I'm going to
And it hits the ground in front of you.
I'm gonna place one foot on its head,
Mhm.
and then just kind of reach down. The sword starts coming up, and I'm just
Okay.
like, I'm still within the 4 minutes, right? I think it's only been like 2 minutes since I'm just gonna do something really quick. And I'm just gonna swing down on this thing.
Okay, you'll have advantage on this attack.
Wonderful, wonderful. You said 4 minutes. You said 4 minutes. And did I wait? Do I have no? Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that'll be a 21 to hit.
Yep.
A 26 to hit, and then a bonus action, booming blade to hit.
Nice.
Or wow, only a 16.
16 total damage.
No, that was the last hit.
Oh,
was a
16's a
16
miss.
to hit. 16's a miss. So the booming blade. I guess I'm just like
Did you use your advantage?
I'm not using my inspiration on this.
No, did you use an advantage?
Oh
advantage, 'cause he's prone.
no! On none of those I did. You know what? Let me just.
Sure, give me 1, 2, 3 down, right down the list.
No, I'll stick with that 26. Is a 17 for that other one, and then a 28 for that to cover the advantage on the last one.
Very good.
Cool. So now all 3 hit. Let me just. We'll start out with just the sword. That'll be 16 plus 21 plus 18 plus. Now we're going to do the fire damage and booming blade. 5, 6. Booming blade is 2d8 at this stage. 2d8, yes. And toss another spicy 38 damage on top of that.
Magnificent.
So it just you watch.
As you are banging on this guy's door, a couple of things happen in sequence. The first thing that happens is this guy looks like he rearranges himself inside of his skin.
Like the bones move in the skin,
Yeah.
and like he's looking up at me, like.
At first, it seems like his face sort of moves too.
Okay.
And as you're pushing down, you feel your foot no longer sort of like suspended against something corporeal. You feel it phase through this thing. And it feels like somebody just chopped your leg off.
Narcine, that's because it's an aberrant.
A what?
And you're going to take 31 points of damage as the entire space around you goes unnaturally dark.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, that's right.
What
Can
does
I counters?
How's a 24 versus Naracine's armor clash?
Do I have the?
Not up yet. You don't.
No, I don't have. Oh, I don't even have the shield spell. I need to get the shield. Do I not? Wait, do paladins have shield?
Nope.
No.
That's some
No.
wizard shit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, sweet, very very exciting.
Well, it's a good thing I saved all my healing, guys, because it's going to me.
Zero, what does it mean that he's an aberrant?
You are going to take then 21 bludgeoning. Or sorry, that's not right. You're going to take 8 bludgeoning damage and 21 psychic damage. And can I get a Constitution saving throw, Naracine, please?
Immunity to disease and frightened.
Good thing that's not what this is.
Son of a bitch. How's a 15?
Oh, it's real bad. And you collapse under the weight of your own body.
Gravity magic?
No, you're incapacitated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Noller,
Zero.
it means that it's a type of creature that a lot of times will just mess with your brains. But it's a living creature.
Oh no, I don't have a lot of those.
Are we just like watching this happen?
Currently,
Yeah.
it seems that way.
We're just like standing here, fucking golf clap. Good job. You're doing so good. We're so proud of you.
Yep.
Well, anyways, I think the 4 minutes are almost up. Time to help her.
As you turn around to face the darkness, Noller, things get weird.
Of course they do.
As you look into the darkness, all of a sudden your vision is it goes from dark to bright, and then you start to see the scene phase in, and you're gonna take 35 psychic damage.
Why?
That's a great question that you'll have to ask yourself in just a moment. And can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Just let me get the damage.
Sure.
Okay, wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yes.
Is he within 10 feet of me? Does he still get my aura?
Not anymore.
Gotcha.
12.
Your head is throbbing, and as you start to try and take in the scene, you realize that you are two things. First, you're stunned, and the second thing is you are 60 feet up in the 59 feet, and you're going to take some bludgeoning damage as
Wait,
you.
is it falling damage?
Yeah, but you're stunned, so you don't have a reaction. 17 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground, 5 feet away from this dark orb, and you go splat on top of one of the ladies sitting having a picnic. And everyone else on the blanket laughs as they clink glasses and sip their wine. And yeah, that's what's up.
Fine, whatever.
I'm just reading it off the sheet. Um,
Should we be going into initiative or?
Oh no, I'm having so much fun. If somebody wants to do something, then take initiative.
Am I still trapped in darkness, or is it visible now?
You are still in darkness. Yeah.
I'm still in
Am I still allowed to at least get out of the stun and just go ahead and help?
We're gonna let's get.
Yes or no?
I don't think it's wise to shout at your dungeon.
The man
master.
who controls your fate.
Mostly because it's just simply rude. I was trying to explain that I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to act, and then we'll come back once you're not stunned anymore. Asana, Zero, what do is you see one of your compatriots shrouded in darkness and the other fall out of the sky, killing a woman.
What was he not in the sky and then all of a sudden he came out of the sky?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this.
I wouldn't imagine so.
If you want a little bit more time to think, I can do something.
Oh, we're both. We can both go. He didn't give us
Whoever's ready to take the initiative.
I just heard you talking first, so I was going to let you go.
I just asked a clarification question. You go for it. I'm
Okay,
still very confused.
It's a confusing situation. I will admit that.
As an action, we will do Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
So I will roll the 1d6 plus 10 temporary hit points for everybody. Max. So
Nice.
if you finish your turn in my area, you get 16 temporary hit points.
So
Those will refresh at the end of every 30-foot radius. Or you can have charmed or frightened removed from you if you have that instead.
Very good.
So that is the action as we touch the amulet in our chest. And I can't see Nerisine, correct?
Currently, you
because
cannot see
Nerisine's in
Nerisine.
magical darkness.
Yeah.
Okay. But I did see
I believe it's
Noller
allies.
fall out of the sky.
Yes. Yes. They are on top of a once nicely dressed woman.
Okay. Healing word as a bonus action, level 5. So
Nice.
we give you, give me the number, 14 hit points back.
What's that word?
I think it's just really simple, heal.
Okay. Heal.
Heal.
Great. Awesome.
It's a finger gun too. Heal.
Yeah, it's...
Question to the DM.
Yes.
Would dancing lights do anything to a magical darkness?
I don't think so. Because darkness is a spell, and I think dancing lights a cantrip.
Yeah, I think you have to use like sunlight or something like that.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, as you're trying to figure out what to do next, and you see Mr. Fingerguns over here healing, you see this face start to stick out of the darkness. And it looks like it's still trying to get its eyeballs back where they belong. Like it's trying to get its face on its face.
I genuinely just shriek, and fire comes out of my hand, and I produce flame.
Okay.
To hit it square in the face with a 23.
That is going to hit for sure.
That fear is a powerful motivator.
Sounds right.
We're gonna hit that bitch with a 13.
13 points of
13
fire
damages.
Damages.
Square to his face hole.
Love that. You see flames wreath around. You see his left eye sort of goes opaque from the heat, and you can see the skin at the edge of, I guess, what's still technically his face, seared and cracking, and beginning to ooze pus and some absolutely aberrant blood. And you also start to see some worms eke out over his teeth, and sort of spill onto the ground. he look real mean. Narasine, you are incapacitated until the end of your turn, which brings around to Noller, who is no longer stunned. You are on the ground prone, and as you looked over, you saw flames wreath around, and you see Zero to heal you up quite proficiently. And you get
it was me.
16 hit points.
It was me who he healed.
Yeah.
Okay. How much did I? How much was
17. 14?
It was 14 hit points that was healed and 16 temporary hit points.
For the aura. What's that aura look like? Do we see it?
It gets a little bit darker. It goes to dim light. That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Around, and I feel like it would be like the flapping of wings near like an open window, kind of like changing of brightness and darkness.
Love that for sure. Nola, you do also see the face of this thing peeking out the edge of this sphere of darkness in which Narasine is still currently trapped.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna use several sorcery points. I believe it is 4 in total. 4 in total, just to do 2 things. I'll cast Scorching Ray on level 2 as a bonus action. I'm using just sorcery points, so I just don't use a spell slot.
Smart.
Because of and
very efficient.
And since I use the sorcery points, it's gonna turn into lightning. So let's see. It's gonna be 3 rays. Let's go one by one.
Nice.
12 doesn't hit, I don't presume. 18?
18 does hit.
Okay. And 19 does also hit, so it's gonna be 2 of its rays.
Excellent.
And it's gonna be 10. And 8 plus another 3, and it's gonna be 21 lightning damage. And then since that was my bonus action, and I cast a draconic, of the subclass with just the sorcery points, I'll get one of the draconic actions.
Nice.
And for this one, I'm gonna use the draconic claws. You could see as the lightning just shifts into this more or less, you could say, aura form, draconic claws form around my arms, and that's gonna be the special thing. They allow me to do a special attack, and as a normal action, I'm just gonna go to within 10 feet and use a lightning whip.
Nice.
And that's a nat 20.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So that lightning whip is gonna be how are crits treated again? Because this one's
yes. What's your normal dice that you'd roll?
In this case for lightning whip is 3d6.
Okay, so it'll be 2448, so we'll double the max plus whatever, if there's a bonus to that attack's damage, you'll add that as well.
Okay, so it's 3d6. It's 3d6.
36.
The maximum of that is 18.
It'll be 36. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking 46.
It will be 36, and since it's lightning, we add another 3. It will be 39. And now the second part of the spell, which is, you remember what I told you? Mm-hmm. That's the first strike, and that's the second. The second one is a saving throw, and they will get a -5 since it was a crit. But I don't think it's fair to add a second, more or less, quote-unquote crit, so it's just going to be another extra 3d6. Sounds good?
No, hit him with that 36. Light him all the way up. Way up. I'm here for it.
Okay, you said. So,
yeah. Or I guess anyway, it would be the normal dice. It would be 18 more damage.
So it is 36. never mind, 39.
Okay.
And then I need a saving throw, a dex saving throw, and they get a -5 to it.
They're not going to come anywhere close to your save.
Okay, in that case, this is going to be 136, and that's going to be another 36 then.
Great.
39 plus 36 plus the 21 done before of lightning.
Great.
You see a whip of lightning just go, do one massive swing and just slash against it, and then just an horizontal strike just on the other side.
Yeah, I think we see as that whip comes around, just like it looks like it almost grows around this thing, and you can see blue crackling energy inside of this darkness. Now you pull him too, right? When you
no, this is just a lashing whip.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he staggers forward, lean like real messed up. You can see where this lightning has just like cut in and burned his body. And he looks over, and he staggers and catches himself on his left knee, and then throws up, and you see just a mountain of worms squirming on the ground, and start to crawl their way out from this pile. And
disgusting.
And he turns to look at you, and he takes he points this rod, this like multi-tiered club, at you. You can see it trailing this purpley green light, and he opens his mouth and goes, and
counterspell, if I can.
It's not really. I mean, he's just throwing up.
Okay, fair enough.
If you want to counterspell his throwing up, you can. Do that.
Can I?
I don't know. I don't think it's a magical effect. I think it's you guys beating the bejesus out of him.
I think that might be a field check.
And bear with me just 1 second here, because this is going to be.
And I'm still just incapacitated on the ground next to all these worms.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're a good 5.
I'm incapacitated.
You're a good 5 feet away, but you're still in darkness as you come to your feet. And Asuna, Zero, what do you? This guy looks rough. He looks real bad.
Okay. So for Zero's bonus action, he's going to use the Raven's Blessing, which is the new bonus that you gave me. And we see a raven about maybe almost 3 foot tall come flying down and lands on Zero's shoulder and leans down, and Zero says, if you could find Neurosine, maybe this is Asuna. You should give Asuna help. And so on your next, before the end of your next turn, you have to use a D20 roll, and you get the help action from the Raven as it flies over to help you do whatever you're going to do. So basically, you get advantage.
Oh, okay.
On a D20 roll.
So that's nice, because I'm just gonna go ahead and like scream again, but this time I'm just gonna scream "Die!" and cast the same thing.
Okay.
And that first one's gonna be a 15, and the Raven's gonna help me out. And that one's gonna be a 23.
That is definitely going to hit.
All right. Caca, thank you. For 11.
Let's see how he's doing. Doing the fiery thing again. You're producing flames. Okay.
Yep.
He turns as his flesh is searing, and looks to you, and makes another snarling, wordless threat. Zero. What's your passive perception?
Passive 20.
Okay. And your insight?
Insight passive is 20.
Okay. As you look at this creature, and see it seared, and it turns and roars, it seems like it stops short, as it considers Asana. But it looks like it is absolutely on its last leg. A stiff breeze could blow it over, and up next is the stiff breeze. That'd be Narasine.
Where is he? Have I heard the like spells being cast?
Yeah,
in a certain
you
direction?
absolutely. Yeah, you did see a pretty powerful blue illumination as lightning crackled through this darkness, and heard this thing roaring. You feel the strength start to return to your legs, and begin to right yourself, and then you see faintly through the darkness flashes of red.
I'm gonna use what's left of my movement to head over there.
Okay. It's not that far. It's about it is about 15 feet away. It's just outside the edge of this darkness. And as you step out from the darkness into the beautiful afternoon light, you see Asana, with their hands still smoking, from producing flames. You are still in somewhat dim light. I forgot about that. You're in that aura. You'll also have the 16 temporary hit points. And you see this thing. It's hunkered down and screaming. And then you see it sort of pause for a second. It doesn't know you're there currently.
Let me see. Do I wanna? We just got a short rest. We're probably not getting another for a while. Let's not smite on this. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him 3 times.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Hit.
20 to hit.
Hit.
And 20 to hit.
Excellent. Give me the damage breakdown for each of those, please.
Okay, so first we're just gonna do slashing for the 3.
Okay.
So we have level max damage, 23 damage on the first, just slashing.
Nice.
Then we have much lower, 14 slashing.
Okay.
Third is nice, 21 slashing.
Okay.
Then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 66 fire, which is 26 fire damage. And then 2d8 force damage from Booming Blade. Oh, and since he'd moved 5 or more feet, I forgot to say, from my last Booming Blade,
Yes.
that means he would have taken another 2d8, so I'm just going to roll that now.
Sure.
So he takes a 10 force from that.
Okay.
And then wait, isn't it, if he moves, he takes more, actually, I think.
Yeah, it's another 2d8.
No, he takes more than just, the 2d8 is on, where's Booming Blade?
It's 2d8 from the hit, and then if he moves, it's another 1 or 2, depending on the level, I think.
If he moves, it would be...
I'm pretty sure this is just going to get, like, disintegrated.
It's gonna be fun. I have a very vivid idea of what this looks like.
Another
I'd like to
2d8.
offer up
Oh, I
for
rolled
you.
same thing. Another 7 damage on top of that.
Okay. As you bring that sword up, its neck is already just exposed while it's shouting. Yeah. Thunk. Head off. And as it hits the ground and rolls, it actually rolls out of its own skin. And then we see you slash through the body at the guts, and we just see just like worms, maggots pouring out of him.
Be burning and
Yeah, and then we just see that like a match head being dragged against the ground, just like, and this thing goes up in flames, and it smells awful. It smells absolutely awful, and you hear this like popcorn sound as these little larval insects begin to pop and sizzle. And as the force damage comes through, this thing's body is just blown backwards. And it looks like it looks like it like sloughed off all of its skin, which is like sizzling in the air like flash paper. And its body gets knocked backwards, and you realize that as with all that skin gone, there's no organs inside of this thing. It's just insects, weird things all the way down. It does have sort of a skeletal structure, where it did until we see all of that bone shatter. And you see the crowd for about 10 feet covered in viscera like they were at a Gallagher show. And then you guys like, that's a deep cut, right? And they're all like laughing and having a great time. We just see maggots and all sorts of other stuff all over their bodies. Yeah, that just like one falls into the wine cup and one of them just like drinks it down like it's nothing. And then you see the skeletons start to turn to goo as it hits the ground. And this thing is Dunzo. It's Gonzo. You did it.
I'm smashing these fucking worms. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, you just see black ichor just like streak after streak of yeah.
I just am like standing there, my ears are all back and my eyes are all wide, and I just do this and cast prestidigitation and clean myself up.
Okay. Yeah, there's just a few bugs and a little bit of viscera on you. Zero, you're front and center for this. You're getting a lot of the cast off from the backswing of the great sword, and Noller, as you look on, you see Naracine's having
A good time.
Speaking of good times, how are the other people of the crowd? Are they still all the same?
It says you hear the crowd start to laugh as if someone just told a good joke on stage.
Can I go up to one of them and I'm just going to slap? Who's the prettiest woman here?
Oh, the one covered with the viscera that just drank the wine glass.
I'm smacking her as hard as I can across the face, and I'm casting protection from good and evil.
Okay. All right. First, roll me an attack roll.
Wait, what's my unarmed strike? Oh my god, I have so much. Wait, no, this would kill. We're gonna.
What was the roll to hit?
Do I have non-lethal? Is
what?
The wording?
It's a little late for that.
I said non-lethal. Oh, good. Only a 14.
After the fact, you break her neck, and she falls over, and the three other ladies on the blanket continue laughing as if she
Who's the
just
third
said
prettiest?
something funny.
Or second
The
prettiest?
the one right beside her. This is obviously the pretty girl's blanket.
Okay, so this time I'm gonna just
Nurse
flicker in the
in.
forehead. I'm still 1 second protection from good and evil.
Hey,
Okay.
excuse.
What does protection from good and evil do?
Protection grants several benefits. And this is it protects against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. They also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Interesting. She does not respond immediately to the thumping on the forehead. You see a little nail mark welt, but she continues to giggle, and she looks up and says, "Oh, did you want some wine?" And she holds up the glass. You can see little ropey droplets of ichor from this creature starting to fall into the glass, they having been suspended on the top of the liquid. And she goes to hand you the little glass that she's got. It's a
I'll take it.
rosé. It smells delicious.
I will take it and immediately just drop it on the ground.
Okay. She reaches over and pulls a bottle out of a nice silver bucket with ice in it. And
Rich people.
Yeah, and looks around and grabs the glass that her friend dropped when you killed her, and begins to pour a fresh glass.
Can I flicker in the nose, just do 1 point of damage, just to try and activate a saving throw of some kind, and then I'll just leave this one alone.
Absolutely. That sounds like a brilliant idea. Yeah, as the
I
rest
do
of you
that.
look around, everyone's acting like Bob Hope is up in the now collapsed bandstand. It is pealing laughter after peal of laughter. It is everybody's having a great time. Great time.
And there's nothing over there.
There's no one at the bandstand. But everyone's responding as if somebody is up there and just splitting sides in a very metaphorical way.
Does that mean that Hollis is coming? Because the band has stopped. Noller?
I do not think so, Zero. I think we've been playing with monsters while
No, that was an aberration.
We've been playing with aberrations while they're probably in their manner, and Sveti is probably there suffering something else. We should leave this place.
Narasine. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pull you away like that. You just sort of went blank, but you thump this lady, causing her a single point of damage, and breaking her nose. She's now the fourth prettiest girl in town. As you see her eyes water, she drops the glass, which breaks and spills wine all over this beautiful quilt that they're sitting on. And she goes, "What the fuck?"
Oh, you're finally talking like a normal fucking person.
And she looks up at you. And as she does, we hear another peal of laughter through the crowd. And she looks around. Her eyes are just like almost bulging from her head with shock and despair. And she looks down at her hand, which is filled with blood. And she screams.
I lay a hand on her and I'll give her 5 points of health back.
Okay. You hear as her nose sets back in place. And she says, "What the fuck is happening here? What's going on?"
I think
And
I have a good idea.
yeah,
It's zero.
she gets up and she turns to run, and she slips on a child and that was
Yeah, mush.
yeah. And falls and turns around and looks as she's just like backpedaling on the ground and screams. And then you hear another peal of laughter from thousands of people now, and she gets up and turns and picks up her petticoats and begins to run. And she gets about 15 feet before you see her head twist unnaturally, and then she collapses on the ground. And then you hear resounding applause
Nursing, what'd you
and
do?
cheering from the crowds.
That one wasn't me. But I'd like to know what they're all listening and seeing and talking to. Also,
Nursing.
it looks like they're
I'm-
incredibly charmed.
I'm assuming
Yes.
I've
No
never
shit.
seen
Why did you
someone
have to
snap
uncharm
out of
them?
that.
You've never seen anyone snap out
Well, because I
Oh,
needed to see if they
oh.
were charmed long term, or what it was. I would like to know what we're dealing with.
Should we
And-
uncharm people?
No, we shouldn't, because then they will die.
That's
Uh,
not true.
as y'all begin to sort of like consider what's going on, everyone that's on the picnic blankets, that's not a pile of mush on the ground, I stand up and begin cheering and whooping and hollering. And as you look back towards the crowd, most of you are short, and most of these people are much taller than you. Those of you in the 5 foot category are realizing that even most of the ladies here are taller than average. And you are suddenly in a dense crowd of people, and then you start to feel that crowd surge forward, and y'all are sort of caught up in a mosh pit. What you got?
Oh, kind of going incorporeal so that way we don't get squished and flying
Okay.
upwards.
Yeah, Nolan.
If I just try to swiftly acrobatically slip out of the way of the crowd.
They are pressing forward quite quickly. You can keep from getting knocked over for sure. I think you're just fast on your feet, so you don't really have to worry about getting trampled. But it's just a sort of a crush of bodies. No one's trying to hurt you. No one's trying to walk over you as it stands, or as you stand. But it does seem like the crowd is packing forward enthusiastically. The shouts and hollers and
Passive perception of 20 to see what they're going toward.
yeah. As I think you sort of have to clamber up. I think that what ends up happening is you sort of hit the bandstand. And I think that angled roof, which is still at a like sort of an A-frame roof, has been shifted. You sort of scramble up the side of that. As you look back over this crowd, it is really densely packed. Everyone is cheering, and you start to see people with banners and idols, little statuettes of our dear Lord Hollis.
As we're getting pushed along, I'm just gonna kind of like crack my neck and heal myself for a bit here.
Okay. As you turn and look at where their attention lies, you look up that winding path to the manor, which is flanked with beautiful gardens, fruit trees, vegetables in raised beds. It is a veritable Eden. Emphasis on the Eden. As you look up, and you see a man, broad-shouldered and strong. He is descending this many-storied set of stairs, and atop his very nicely crafted black suit, striped with red piping. He descends using a cane, obviously more of a prop than the suggestion of any malady. And he raises a hand and begins to wave at the crowd, peering down eyelessly from this skull head with thick, twisted horns. And another resounding cheer goes up, and you hear, "Hip hip, hurrahs! Hip hip, hurrahs!" And
There he is.
the crowd is really eating it up. As he descends, I'm gonna sort of put most of y'all at the edge of this bandstand, even though it is collapsed. People aren't taking up that space. And as he comes down this last set of stairs, you hear a and squeaking hinges as these two gates open and relentlessly presses into these people, pushing them on top of one another. Some individuals being dragged underneath the bottom tines of the gate, still cheering as their bodies are torn apart.
Oh, damn it.
Is he 9 foot tall?
He is just shy of 7 feet tall with the horns.
Shorter than I thought he was going to be
Yeah.
because of the stature.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's him. Does he come with somebody else in particular or no?
No, it's just him. He's striding down as he walks into this now open area of grass between the gate and the ruined bandstand. He steps forward, and you hear a distorted voice. And it announces to the crowd with an almost magical level of both authority and volume. "Everyone, it seems we have guests for our day of jubilation." And as he says jubilation, everybody just, please welcome our guests to this fair town. And it booms and echoes in the distance.
Is he up in the bandstand?
No, he's standing on the grass between the two gates. To his left and right, you can see blood from people who are still caught underneath the bottom of the fence, having been trailed across. And he's sort of standing within the frame of those open gates. And as he finishes saying fair town, you hear everyone in chorus say, "Welcome, strangers!"
Can we walk up to him?
Yeah, y'all are sort of on the other side of the bandstand. You'll have to clamber over it. But the space between the bandstand and him is clear.
Okay, I will do so, and I will walk up to be within 30 feet of him.
You will still be on the bandstand at 30 feet. At 10 feet, you'll be on this side of the bandstand.
Okay, 10 feet. Within 10 feet of him.
Okay.
Can I follow? And I'm just gonna have prepped as an action. Just my favorite little black armor spell.
Sure.
No, yeah, do that.
Just
Please.
in case things pop off.
Sure.
They probably will.
It's the killing time, right? That's what you're preparing for.
I'm gonna stay on the roof.
Okay.
Asuna, no, I'm not gonna force you. If you don't want to, we'll deal with this. I'm sure we can.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we'll walk up to him, and once we're within the 10 feet, Does anyone want to ask to speak first, or should I?
Hello. So hi. We're here to kill Strahd. Svetlana's still not here. But as we came through, we had some stuff happen, and now we're here to kill you, right? Is that right? That's right, right?
If a skull could sort of squint, he looks down at you, and just
Because you're not a god. So who are you?
Well, why would you think me anything else?
Because you're not.
What makes a god a god?
Powers,
Lots of
probably.
stuff.
Usually from the pantheon, a lot of celestial power, been alive for since the beginning of time kind of deal.
And
Legend.
powers are probably are above what you have. No disrespect, whatever they may be.
He looks down eyelessly from this mask, and says, "How much power does one need to be a god?"
Nursing Zero, you are the expert here.
I mean,
All of
honestly,
it.
if we're talking in a purely social level, I could probably achieve what he's achieved here with just about the same amount of threats and charming. So technically, you're not. So he's not wrong. As long as you have followers who do believe in you and believe you a god, by potentiality, you then become a god in their eyes, and then it becomes a whole thing of perception versus reality. But if we're talking in a physical makeup sense,
can you roll
do not
me an
believe you.
intelligence
No.
saving throw, please? You got a bonus. You're fine. It's
not terrible.
not terrible.
But I'm not a smart girl. I have 14. Rolling 14s
those last few words come out and your jaw goes slack, and you start to drool a little bit, and your left eye begins to wander. And can I get a Constitution saving throw? Oh, with disadvantage.
Can I counterspell that one? Should have done the first one. That's not great either. We are just 15. God, saving throws today are so bad. I have so many pluses to these, and I'm just dog shit today.
He steps forward, and he reaches down and gently cups under your chin.
Can I immediately just smack down the hand, just to say?
Sure, give it a go.
It's just a smack on the hand. No, it's not anything.
Sure,
you gotta try to connect.
You're gonna have to roll to hit.
Okay, fair enough.
Come on, Nick.
28.
You slap his hand, and you would have gotten about the same reaction if you slapped an oak tree. His forearm feels like it is so dense with muscle. You're amazed that he doesn't like that you can't see that muscle rippling underneath his suit jacket. And he turns and looks at you. That seems entirely inappropriate. And he reaches forward and he lifts Narasine's eyebrow.
No, not my
Uh,
fun stuff.
and you hear
Hey,
from Narasine.
entirely inappropriate. And what are you doing?
I'm learning about my new citizens.
Oh no, no, you won't. I'll just walk. I'll just walk forward and just see Zero. Are you ready?
Yes, and he looks at Zero.
Ready for what?
Are you ready?
Fight.
Tarama.
I asked you a question, Zero.
He said, for what?
I said for a fight.
Oh, I thought we were going to kill him.
Well, I think
We're
that's
just
okay.
going to fight him?
Either way, we cannot let him be turned into mindless puppets.
Okay.
God, I wish this guy could smile. He says, mindless puppets. And he gives Narasine's cheeks a little squeeze.
She giggles a little bit.
A
A little bit of drool.
Okay,
And,
it is enough. I'll just rush forward and just use well, where is it? A shocking grasp.
Okay.
29.
You grasp him.
In shocking grasp, I guess I'll roll damage. That's not very good at all. Well, 7 lightning damage plus 3 is 10 lightning damage.
He looks down at his side, and he says, "Now I've been very hospitable to you." And then he sticks his finger in Narasine's right eye, and digs in and pops Narasine's clockwork eye out of her skull.
Oop, okay, we're just gonna take that off.
And he sort of rolls it around in his hand.
My perception is no longer good.
And he says, "Now I've given you a place to enjoy yourself, and you all seem very ungrateful." And after sort of looking this over for a moment, he slips it in his pocket, his jacket pocket.
You just took something from her. I don't think she'll really appreciate it.
I'm going to use Divine Sense, Celestial Fiend or Undead.
No, none of those things.
No?
Nope.
None of those things. Okay.
Yeah. And he says, he tousles Narasine's hair a little bit, and then pulls the shawl back over her eyes, and he says, "Perhaps it was a failure on my part not to make you all feel more at home." And as he says that, there's sort of a smattering of applause through the crowd. And you hear many of them begin to chant at different intervals. Make them feel at home. 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 And this is just like a din of all of these people chanting, make them feel at home. And he sort of looks over towards Noller first, and then turns the other way to face Zero. And then he steps forward and puts his hand behind Narasine's back and begins to slowly push her forward. And he looks back at Noller and says, "Give me one more chance to make you feel at home. Listen to the people."
I I simply won't, because this is not my home.
As you say that, can I get a yeah, can I get an intelligence saving throw from you as well?
Do I still get the benefit of nursings?
No. Oh no.
Oh, that aura. I think I'm pretty sure I got feeble-minded, so I think I'm just like this either for a month or forever, unless
Okay,
something happens. I forget what.
Fair enough.
So I'm just gonna really quick pull up a secondary character. I should off chance.
16.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That 28 was a smack.
And you mid protestation about this is not my home, you start to feel everything go foggy, and he pushes Narasine forward, and Narasine, you sort of reflexively trundle through the gates, and you feel one of the toes of your shoes hit the steps that lead up to his house, and begin to reflexively leaning forward start to take those steps.
Can it be actually? Can she actually just be skipping up the steps, but just like
Ooh, do it however you like, baby. And he reaches up and puts his hand behind Noller's neck and says, "There, there, boy," and he gives you a little pat on the cheek.
So this isn't my usual appropriateness, because I can't tell really what you are, but you're not undead. So this is really against the rules, but I have to tell you to die. And I'm using my power word death ability. I utter a word of power that can compel one creature you can see within range to die instantly. If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies outright. If the creature has over 100 hit points, they must make a charisma saving throw versus my spell DC. Undead creatures have disadvantage on the save.
I got a lot of things to say about this. A lot of things to say about this.
Oh no.
The first is that charisma might not be the save you want this guy to have to make. Obviously, he is very.
I didn't make the rules. It's in
very
the thing.
charismatic.
I did get that. He's got daddy vibes.
The other thing is, what does it look like when you power word death?
Power word death. It is the ability that the Raven Queen gave to Zero, and when he says the die part and puts the power in that word, it's the power of it like lights dim, and you see it like push forward and center on the person, and it's almost kind of like a whisper that echoes, but yet it sounds really loud too.
as you point, and we see sort of this just like of dim nests sort of like start to close in. You hear no, that's higher than that. No, I can't do it. It's gonna hurt. Y'all ever taken a balloon and held it tight, and then it makes that like real high pitched
Yeah, I like that.
squeaking
Yeah.
sound? You hear that squeaking sound, and it seems very weird to Zero that that's how that would work. And then you begin to hear and as you look down at your finger, from the first to the second knuckle forward, it looks like the open end of a balloon flapping and making farty noises.
Oh no, was he God?
And he looks back over and says, "That's tough luck, Zero, but I appreciate you all the same. Now come join me. Let me show you how hospitable I can be." And he turns to sort of walk back through the gate.
So does he just leave me there?
Noller, I think we see you just sort of like, I think we just see the ears twitch as you look back up over the bandstand. He doesn't seem concerned with compelling you to follow him. You can. I'm not stopping you. It's sort of you and Zero. Noller and Narasine seem to be meat puppet shells of themselves. And then you see Noller begin to trundle up the stairs.
Gotta love the word trundle.
It's almost an onomatopoeia.
I think that Zero is flustered by this, but also not wanting to lose two members of the party to going inside. We'll move forward in front of them and use my channel divinity from my paladin side for Queen's Emissary and force both Noller and Narasine to make a wisdom saving throw. This is the Queen's Emissary, and you can use your channel divinity to invoke the powerful grace of the Raven Queen. As an action, you can force each creature you can see within 30 feet of you to make a wisdom saving throw or become enchanted by you. Undead creatures have disadvantage on the saving throw. On a failed save for 1 minute or until the creature takes damage, the creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot gain benefits or bonuses to its movement and loses all reactions. On a successful save, only the creature's speed is halved. Additionally, the creature have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
You guys want to make
DC 20.
Wisdom saving. Is this guy's making the wisdom saving throw, or they're making the wisdom saving throw?
They make the wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
The one wisdom saving throw I don't want to make. I got a 19.
I got a 15.
Oh, that was a plus 13 too. That was very close to just not. Ooh.
As the two of you Make your wisdom saving throws. You are still have an intelligence and charisma score.
I knew it. It was feeble mind. I start just making fonts sounds. I start banging on like things like it's a jukebox.
Yeah, there's like a garden box of like really nicely cut stone, and you see Halez turn around and he goes, "Yeah." And he looks back down from maybe about a half dozen to a dozen steps up, and he sees the ears poking up over the bandstand, and he sort of tilts his head, and he says, "Aren't you coming?" And then the crowd says, "Yeah, aren't you coming?" As all of them are looking at you atop the bandstand.
What do the people just like stare at me? What are they doing?
Yeah, there's like 4,000 people staring at you.
Well, I sure as hell don't want to get left out here. I guess. And I kind of just like jump down and like shuffle over to Zero as quick as I can. With like my head hanging down, my tail between my legs.
What do you think there's, Zero?
Sorry, I was reading something. Do you Asuna just came over to Zero with tail between legs.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go inside this place, and I did something I'm not supposed to do.
I'm not really sure we have any other choice.
Y'all spent all session trying to get into this goddamn house, and now you don't want to go. Now you don't want to go. Y'all
ungrateful.
Like, nope. I know we're gonna skip this thing and that thing and the other thing.
I brought you this whole way.
And finally, y'all, and now you're being invited.
I explored. Hey. I want to just start.
Narasine, what's your favorite fruit?
Oh, for Narasine, I think it would be
bananas.
Oh no, I think it would have been like candied oranges. So oranges.
There's as you make your way up, there's a landing after the first 30 odd stairs. And then sort of an opening of stone, in the middle of which, on one side, is a nicely manicured, like tangerine tree, and on the other side, it's grapefruits, great big ones. Great big thin skinned grapefruits, good for juicing. As you are compelled towards this tree enthusiastically with your feeble mind, you grab one of these tangerines and bite into it without removing the skin.
Aren't we enchanted by Zero?
Yeah.
Kind of, but you're also feebly minded, so unless Zero's telling you exactly what to do.
No, the power reduces their speed to 0.
Oh,
Oh, then never
Okay.
mind.
then
I'm
you're
back
standing
there.
there. God, boy, all you can think about. It's all you can think about is rushing
Do I have those
forward.
nuts still in my pocket?
They're in your titties. You got
Start eating some
titty
nuts.
nuts.
I start just eating titty nuts.
Chestnuts. Are you gonna take the paper?
Chestnuts.
You gonna? I said it.
good.
Are you gonna take the paper off first?
You're right. Feeble-minded. Nope. I'm biting into it like I'm thinking of oranges, and I'm just biting into this paper bag of nuts.
Whatever the spell is, I don't like it. I would like to try to dispel magic.
Well, that's a very interesting way of doing something here. It doesn't work.
Okay.
I checked to make sure.
Yep.
It is not a. They are not under the influence of an effect that is persisting. Their brains are mush.
But and I was planning to use it at 6th level anyways, so I'm using my 6th level slot. I didn't take the time to try to figure out what happened because I don't know what happened. Zero doesn't know what happened.
Sure.
So he just knows that some sort of spell happened,
sure.
and maybe this could work.
Were you casting it on Nola or Narasine?
Narasine.
Okay.
Because Narasine is acting really, really weird, and Nola just went more quiet.
The only thing I'd say is that you have a magical effect still persistent on Narasine. And then Narasine makes a break for the orange tree.
Can I try to just tackle the whole tree down?
Absolutely. Roll me an athletics check, please.
Great. Girl, if there's any time to roll high. Wow, you did the opposite. That's a 7. I hurt myself running into this tree.
Do you know why you hurt yourself running into this tree?
I think it's because I tried to do like a shoulder check to kind of like grab the tree and take it, but like I didn't get my angle right, and I just went head first into the tree.
That's part of it. The other part is that a lot of orange trees are covered with very large thorns.
I actually didn't know that.
And so as you sort of make your way through this low manicured canopy, we just see pierce mark after pierce mark through your clothes, and see little tendrils of blood corrupted with rivulets of black as you force your way into this tree and then just bang your head against the trunk of it.
That's
and
crazy. I had
you
no idea.
hear Halaz say, "Now, little one, let's not get carried away."
How much damage did I take? Sorry.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't know. I thought I was just gonna bonk into this tree.
17 points of damage. 12 of that's piercing, 5 of is bludgeoning.
Good to know.
And that's between the going in and being dragged back out. You see Halaz pluck one of these tangerines and hold it in front of your lolling blue eye, and then place it in your grubby little mitts.
Blue eye? Didn't he remove it?
No, he took the clockwork eye.
But the other one is the Vecna, and that one's necrotic.
Yeah, you still see.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that one. That's
see out of it.
Yeah. Oh, why is it blue?
Because it's Vecna's eye.
It's actually
The eye of
just like a spark of magic. Deep. It's not an.
So it's still basically
like an
lights
eye.
the socket up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we have the blind. It's
Yeah.
not pretty.
And Narasine.
Before Narasine goes to eat it, I cast Mage Hand and whack it out of her hand.
Contested sleight of hand.
I was gonna say, yeah, give me that sleight of hand check, please.
I have such good sleight of hand. Fuck you. 27. I have a plus 15. I'm a tricky little bitch.
Okay, so wait, what do I have to roll again?
Sleight of hand at the bottom of your skill list.
Okay.
That's how I get away with my shenanigans when Nola's around.
How much? What did you get?
27.
I got 19.
As you see this spectral hand come sweeping towards you, Narasine, you stuff a whole tangerine in your mouth. And as you do, y'all see Narasine get exactly 1 1/2 yums before she down to almost doll size. And you're still yumming, but you're about 5 feet tall normally. Is that right?
I'm 4 feet tall normally.
4 feet tall. You are about 2 feet tall.
Okay, let me just update my height.
And you see Halaz. He chuckles with this low thrum, and he picks you up like a child and sets you up on his shoulders. And he says, "Come on, everybody, let's have a nice time."
This is my new father figure, as far as I'm concerned.
And Zero and Asana, you hear the gates begin to creak and bump behind you. And as both of you look back, you see the crowd pressing in, and they have looks of delight bordering on jealousy as they look at Noller and Narasine and Halaz continuing up these stairs. I think that.
I didn't continue. I stayed beside Zero.
Do you still have 0 movement?
Yeah.
Then you're about halfway up the first set of stairs where you were stopped. Yeah, that's where you guys are. And I look forward to seeing where we go from here.
She's now more Fae-like than ever before. She's tiny. She's stupid. She still has all her magical powers. Yep. She's dumb as fuck. She's a charisma caster, so her intelligence doesn't matter.
It's your intelligence and charisma. That's 1.
Okay, and also you cannot even cast spells.
That's true too. You are a vacant shell.
I'm basically just his daughter now.
I'm
sorry, guys. I'm basically just his,
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be better this time around. This might actually be Narasine's redemption arc.
Honestly, so far he's already better than her dad.
Yeah.
He's not the one inflicting the.
So far, all he's done is make you just a little bit stupid and fed you an orange.
Yeah, as far as she's concerned, this is top tier dadding at this point for her.
Yeah. He is certainly treating you as such. So, with all that said and done, unfortunately, I must bid you adieu and au revoir, and remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught.
Don't fail that intelligence saving throw.
And yeah, y'all, seriously, don't fail your intelligence saving throw. That's a rough one. Bye.
Bye. I just say bye.
Bye.